Hey guys, Mike from Wrestling Then and Now. Thanks so much for checking out the YouTube channel and for all your support. If you haven't already, please click subscribe. I have so much content coming up. You don't want to miss anything. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. It really does help my channel grow. Thanks again.
When you get called up, is it working with Matt right away? Or did they keep you off TV at first? How did that work?
I was doing house shows against Jamie Noble, and me and Jamie, we kind of became Chris Benoit's project because like it was kind of like that Eddie Benoit style match that me and Jamie had been doing in HWA. So and I'm not comparing myself to Benoit or Eddie. Like they're the greatest ever, by the way. Like I don't want nobody to even think that. But we had that style of wrestling. And Chris, he noticed it whenever we got pulled up. And like every night, like he'd watch our match. And it was funny because at first I'm like, is this dude ribbing? Because he'll tell us, he's like, you guys, you have to beat the shit out of each other. You want these people to believe it. And like after a few weeks on the road, man, I had broke nose. Jamie had broke nose. Like we had loose teeth because we're trying to impress Benoit. Like Benoit's one of the best whenever it comes to intensity. And like we beat the hell out of each other for weeks and weeks. Because we knew that Benoit was like, and he'd come back, he'd be so fired up, and it's like we wanted that, we wanted that whenever he would just light up if we did a good match. And like so every night we were like, man, we got to go out, we got to do it. And then finally it got to the point where it's like, dude, I don't know about you, but like I can't keep doing it.
He's like, thank God you said something because I was gonna.
Yeah. But yeah, Benoit was super. Those few weeks that he was really like watching our stuff at that point, like was pretty amazing. And that's whenever I really got to know Chris and all that.
People don't understand that Chris Benoit was the measuring stick back then. He really was. His work was just.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Chris, the man?
Phenomenal man. It's disheartening to see his legacy just kind of get shit on because of what happened. And this is just my opinion. I don't think it went down the way that everybody thinks that it went down or everybody says it went down. I just don't, man. I know how much he loved his family. I know how much he loved his kids. And I just don't see, even with, the state of mind that everybody says that he was in, the week that whatever happened in Atlanta, we were in Charlotte, I believe, the week before. And he was actually going to come to my tattoo shop because I'd opened a tattoo shop, and he was going to get Eddie Guerrero's, like the cross with like the spike through it that he had on his tights tattooed on his forearm. And he ended up canceling that. And he's like, hey man, I'm just going to head home. I got to go, be with my family. So like, it's just, and then I was on the plane whenever everybody started getting word that nobody could get a hold of Chris and something crazy had happened. And this, like, that followed, that Sunday, like it was on Tuesday at SmackDown when he told me he wasn't going to come to my tattoo shop. So I have a hard time, man. I have a hard time with this because, like, the Chris I know, and even, those last days that I got to talk to Chris, and, it's just like, he was Chris. Like there was nothing, and I know, like, especially working in the industry now, like I work with mental illness, I work with all this stuff, addiction and all this stuff. You can see it, man. You can see whenever somebody has, a mental illness or something's going on. And like, I just don't think nobody's seen that, like we all, obviously, if we got tested, all of our brains look like, I'm sure, like they're beat up. And any of us that's had any significant time in the ring. So it's like I feel like those scans and stuff, like, everybody looks at those scans of his brain. They go, "Oh, look at that! His brain was all messed up." Like, yeah, he flipped out and did this, but like, I don't buy it. I just have a deep feeling that there was more to this than we know and will ever know. And as far as I go, I think Chris Benoit, he was a friend of mine. I still love Chris. I hate what happened. And, I don't take nothing away from what happened to his family, but I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna sit back and take away from his legacy and the friend that I know because of what went down until like I was able to see the truth in all this. And I just don't think we've seen the truth.